The three little pigs, once upon a time, nestled in a cozy little cottage with their mother, lived three adorable little pigs. They were brothers, and as they grew bigger and stronger, their mother knew it was time for them to venture out and build their own lives. So, with a heartfelt hug and a basket packed with goodies, she sent them off into the big, wide world. "Be smart, be safe, and build strong houses," she advised. "And always watch out for the big bad wolf." The three little pigs trotted off, oinking with excitement. The first little pig, a cheerful fellow who loved to play more than work, was the first to find a spot. He saw a farmer with a cart full of straw and thought, "Perfect, quick and easy." He bought the straw and, in no time at all, whipped up a simple straw house. He finished so fast that he spent the rest of the day dancing and singing, feeling very pleased with himself. Not long after, the second little pig, who was a bit more practical, but still in a hurry, came across a man with a bundle of sticks. "Sticks are stronger than straw," he reasoned. "This will do just fine." So he built his house out of sticks. It took a little longer than his brother's straw house, but it was still a fairly quick job. Soon he too was finished and joined his brother in a merry jig, happy to be done with work for the day. Now the third little pig was different. He was thoughtful and patient. He remembered his mother's words about building a strong house. He walked much farther until he found a man with a heavy load of sturdy red bricks. "This is it," he said to himself. "This is what I need to be truly safe." Buying the bricks was just the beginning. It was hard work. He had to mix mortar, lay each brick carefully, and build a strong chimney and a solid roof. His two brothers came by and laughed. "Why are you working so hard?" they teased. "Come and play with us." But the third little pig just shook his head and kept on building. "I want my house to be strong enough to protect me," he replied. Finally, after a long, tiring day, his solid brick house was complete. He went inside, lit a warm fire in the fireplace, and felt truly safe and sound. The very next day, a shadow fell over the sunny meadow. The big bad wolf, with a rumbling tummy and a wicked grin, had caught the scent of little pigs. He crept up to the first little pig's house of straw. He knocked on the door. Little pig, let me come in," he growled. The first little pig peeked through a crack, saw the wolf's big teeth, and squealed. "Not by the hair on my chinny chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," roared the wolf. And with one mighty puff, he blew the flimsy straw house completely apart. The terrified little pig squealed and ran as fast as his little legs could carry him, all the way to his brother's house of sticks. He burst through the door, shouting, "The wolf! The wolf is coming!" The two pigs huddled together inside the stick house, trembling. Soon there was a loud knock. Little pigs, let me come in," the wolf snarled, licking his lips. "Not by the hair on our chinny chins," they both cried out. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," the wolf bellowed. He huffed and he puffed, and with a great whoosh of air, the stick house splintered and collapsed into a pile of twigs. The two little pigs, now twice as scared, scrambled out of the wreckage and raced towards their brother's brick house, with the wolf snapping at their heels. They reached the brick house just in time, slamming the heavy wooden door shut right in the wolf's face. Let us in," they cried to their brother. The third little pig, calm and collected, welcomed them in and bolted the door securely. All three pigs huddled together as they heard the wolf outside, now angrier than ever. Little pigs, let me come in," the wolf demanded, his voice shaking with rage. The three pigs, feeling safe behind the strong brick walls, bravely shouted back, "Not by the hair on our chinny chins." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," the wolf screamed. He huffed and he puffed. He huffed and puffed again, but the brick house didn't move an inch. Not a single brick trembled. The wolf was exhausted, out of breath and furious. The house was just too strong, but the wolf was cunning. He looked up and saw the chimney. "Aha," he thought. "I'll just climb up the roof and slide down the chimney." He quietly scrambled onto the roof. Inside, the third little pig heard the scuttling sounds above. Thinking fast, he noticed the big pot of water boiling over the fire he had lit earlier. He quickly instructed his brothers to help him move the pot directly under the chimney opening. Just as the valve started to slide down, ready to surprise them, he fell with a giant splash right into the pot of hot water. With a yelp of shock and pain, he leaped out of the pot, shot back up the chimney covered in soot, and ran off into the woods, howling all the way. He was never seen in that part of the country ever again. The first two little pigs looked at their clever brother with immense gratitude and admiration. They finally understood the lesson their mother had tried to teach them. From that day on, they learned that taking the time to do things right, with patience and hard work, always pays off in the end. The three little pigs built 2 more strong brick houses right next to their brothers, and they all lived happily and safely ever after. And that's the story of the 3 little pigs. It's a great reminder that a little extra effort and planning can make all the difference. Thanks so much for watching with me today. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures. See you next time.